So, I recently did a video on the UnitedHealthcare CEO shooting, and in that video, I said this. I can already see it coming. They'll claim suppressors are too dangerous and that no one heard the shot, and the use of this is proof that we need more gun control. And sure enough, one of the biggest anti-gun organizations in the country, Everytown, just proved me right. They posted this. Police say the shooter who killed UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson used a 9mm B&T Station 6 pistol, a gun with a built-in silencer that was molded after a pistol created for covert operations like assassinations. B&T describes the pistol as whisper quiet. And they also go on to say this. In recent years, gun industry groups have worked to weaken regulations on silencers. This news comes on the heels of gun groups like the National Shooting Sports Foundation celebrating a recent surge in silencer sales. First of all, let me stop you right there. This whole narrative about some super spy whisper quiet assassination pistol, yeah, I ain't buying it. Not for a second. I did an entire video breaking down the gun that was likely used in this incident, and I can tell you the shooter wasn't using a B&T Station 6, and here's why. The Station 6 is inherently small, but if you look at the surveillance footage from the shooting, the gun the shooter pulls out is way too big to be a Station 6. It looks more like a Glock 19 or Glock 17 with a full-size suppressor attached. And let's talk about how he racks the slide. In the footage, you see him doing an overhand rack, pulling the slide back from the top and letting it go. The Station 6 doesn't even work like that. It's got a rear charging handle. You have to twist it, pull it out, chamber it around, and twist it back in. It's a completely different motion. Now let's talk about what happens next. You can literally see the shooter struggling to get the gun back in the battery. He racks the slide, smacks the back of the gun, and racks it again. He's fighting with it because the suppressor caused a malfunction. This happens when you use a suppressor without a booster on a semi-automatic handgun. The suppressor messes with the cycling of the gun, causing it to jam. I've had this happen to me before. It's not some anomaly. It's basic physics. So no, he wasn't using some whisper quiet assassination gun. He was using a standard handgun with a suppressor, and it wasn't even working properly. But whether it was a Station 6 or not doesn't actually matter. What matters is what I said in my original video. Everytown and groups like them are using this tragedy to push their anti-gun suppressor agenda. They want you to think suppressors are dangerous tools for assassins. But let's get real. Suppressors don't make guns silent. They make them safer. Suppressors reduce the noise of a gunshot to a level that protects your hearing, not to some Hollywood pew-pew sound. Anyone who's been shooting without ear protection for a while can tell you tinnitus is no joke. Suppressors are safety devices, plain and simple. And here's the funny part. In countries like the UK, where gun rights are practically non-existent, suppressors are encouraged. But here in the US, they're treated like some sinister weapon of espionage. Every town knows this though, but they don't care. They don't actually want you to have suppressors because they don't want you to have guns, period. And this isn't the first time they've done this. Remember, they were using the NRA for years like their big bag boogeyman. But now that the NRA's influence is kind of waned, they've shifted their focus to the NSSF now. And why? Because the NSSF represents the gun industry. This is classic projection. Everytown accuses the NSSF of being this big shadowy organization, while they themselves are funded by billionaires and wield more power than most pro-gun groups combined. Oh, and let's not ignore their favorite tactic, emotional manipulation. They know tragedies like this make people vulnerable. They prey on those emotions to push their agenda, hoping you won't notice the long-term consequences until it's too late. But here's the truth. Major tragedies don't justify knee-jerk reactions that strip away rights of millions of law-abiding citizens. We can mourn the loss of life and demand accountability without falling for Everytown's fear-mongering. So no, Everytown, you don't get to use this tragedy to attack suppressors and push your agenda. And to everyone watching, if you're tired of seeing your rights exploited for political gain, share this video. Let's push back against the lies and the manipulation. And remember, the fight for our Second Amendment rights never stops, because if we don't defend them, no one else will. And you know what else you need to do? You need to head over to shop.mrcolionnoir.com and take advantage of our Christmas sale that we have going on right now. So right now, everything's 15% off when you use the code DEFENDAMERICA. Stuff like this premium embroidered hoodie that I'm wearing right now from my Keep America Tactical line. Yep, I got this in all 50 states, so you can go on over there, pick your state, and then get your Keep America Tactical. We also have the Defend America design, and also we have my favorite in-ear wireless Bluetooth hearing protection, the AKT1 Blackouts. I love these things. They're absolute game changer for me when I'm on the range because I can listen to my music, I can take a phone call, while still protecting my hearing while I'm on the gun range. And because they have the pass-through transparency shit, I can hear what's going on around me. It's just absolutely beautiful. And then if there is a noise that goes above a certain decibel level, it blocks it automatically. So it's basically like I'm not wearing ear protection, but I am wearing ear protection. So these are also 15% off at shop.mrcolionnoir.com when you use the code DEFENDAMERICA. And also, if you want to beef up the security of your home, we also have the flip lock residential versions available at shop.mrcolionnoir.com for 15% off when you use the code DEFENDAMERICA. I actually did a video where I shot this actual lock with an AR-15 and it held up and still continued to do its job. So hit the link in the description section of this video and check out the Colion Noir, shop.mrcolionnoir.com, Christmas holiday sale, 15% off. Defend America is your code. What are you doing? Just go. Go. Christmas is almost here. One thing's for certain and two things are for sure. Politicians and tech giants don't want gun content to be recommended to you. And we're all fighting this culture war together. Now you can help do your part by liking, commenting, subscribing to the channel, but most importantly, sharing this video with at least one person. Together we can stop the suppression of our 2A rights. And don't forget to click the link in the description section of this video for the products that I mentioned in this video.